So, what does it really take to build a future for yourself completely from scratch? Today, we're diving into the incredible story of Cameron De Vries, also known as Camo. He went from the streets of Cape Town to the absolute forefront of the tech world. And his story? Well, it's more than just inspiring. It's a practical roadmap for building resilience.
This one idea, right here, it pretty much defines Cameron's entire life. He didn't just find some pre-made path to follow. No, he built his own multi-lane highway using whatever materials he had around him. This is exactly what happens when that raw, street-smart resilience smashes right into high-level technical skill.
So, who is this guy who built his own way forward? We're calling him a creative builder, but honestly, that's just scratching the surface. He's what you'd call a true multi-disciplinary pro, and that versatility, that's his superpower. I mean, just look at the sheer range of his roles. He's a security practitioner, an entrepreneur, a community leader, and a full-stack developer. And for those who don't know, that means he can build an entire application by himself, from the buttons you click on to the powerful engine running in the background. So you have to ask, right? How does one person get so good at so many different things? To find out, we've got to go back, way back, to the beginning.
Okay, so let's head to his formative years in Cape Town, specifically in a place called Bonteheuwel. And listen, this isn't just some backstory. This is the crucible. This is where the core parts of his character were literally forged in fire.
His upbringing was really a tale of two realities. On one hand, the environment was just incredibly challenging. We're talking about being raised in gang-affected areas, being moved between 14 different schools, and even battling through a really dark period of alcoholism. But here's the flip side. That same instability, it forged an incredible sense of adaptability, it sharpened his situational awareness to a razor's edge, and it built this absolute bedrock of resilience.
So, with that resilience as his solid foundation, he started building an arsenal of skills. But his path to mastery was anything but a straight line. It wasn't traditional at all. It was this self-driven journey of compounding knowledge, where one skill literally built right on top of the last.
Check out this timeline. You can really see how it all connects. It started with the creative spark, a passion for rapping. That passion pushed him to teach himself video editing and illustration from the ground up. Then, those creative skills led him to get formal training in sound engineering, which actually landed him a gig as a theater engineer on cruise ships. Working in that super disciplined maritime environment then steered him towards getting physical and maritime security certifications. And finally, all of that real-world hands-on experience culminated in him mastering full-stack development. You see the pattern, right? Each step, even though it seems unrelated, was actually just adding another powerful tool to his arsenal.
And here it is, the proof point of that final evolution, this certificate from the FNB App Academy. It's not just a piece of paper. It's the formal credential that cements his transition into the world of high tech, a world he entered on a foundation of incredibly diverse, hands-on experience. All right, so he's got this totally unique arsenal of skills. The big question is, what does he build with it? Well, now we enter what he calls the Camo DevOps ecosystem. This is where all those tools are finally put to work, solving very real problems.
His work today is really built on four main pillars. First up, you have 79 Ratio, where he builds custom tech solutions for small businesses. Then there's Buddies Worldwide, where he's creating a secure online marketplace for local entrepreneurs. He's also pushing the boundaries with OpenClaw, getting into AI and even quantum computing. And finally, bringing it all full circle, he leads OCIU, a nonprofit dedicated to empowering his own community.
This Google developer profile kind of gives you a snapshot of his technical credibility today. You can see all the badges and credentials he holds as a DevOps engineer, which is a role that's all about making the process of building and releasing software faster and way more reliable. It's really the digital version of that long, winding journey we just walked through.
Let's zoom in on that community pillar for a second, because this is so important. OCIU, which stands for Our Community in Unity, is his nonprofit, and it's based right back where he started, in Bonteheuwel. Its whole focus is on empowering young people with practical modern skills through its We Create training series. This is where he puts his philosophy into direct action. And then you have Buddies Worldwide. Now, this isn't just another e-commerce website. It's a platform built from the ground up to solve a very specific problem for South Africa's informal economy. It's even got escrow for security and Paxi for logistics built right in. It's the perfect blend of his tech skills and his deep understanding of real-world challenges. If you really want to understand the why behind all of his work, you just need to hear him speak. In his podcast, Unspoken-Truths, he shares some incredibly powerful stuff.
This quote about the true cost of gang violence, man, it just reveals the deep, personal reality that drives him every single day. You know, in a way, the podcast is the conscience of his whole ecosystem. It's where he confronts all the difficult topics, the family dynamics, mental health, and the systemic issues that fuel the very same challenges he had to face. This isn't separate from his tech work. It's the mission statement that fuels all of it.
So what's the one single idea that ties all of this together? The security work, the coding, the community outreach, the podcast, it all comes down to a really simple but incredibly powerful philosophy.
This is it. Each one teach one. This is his personal motto, and it's his professional motto. It's this core belief that knowledge isn't something you're meant to hoard for yourself. It's meant to be shared. It's the driving principle that can turn one person's success into empowerment for an entire community.
So when you boil it all down, Cameron's unique value is his ability to blend that raw resilience he learned from his past with advanced, cutting-edge technical skill. He doesn't just build apps for the sake of it. He builds solutions that create real income and solve real problems for real people.
And that leaves us with one last thought, a question his journey really poses to every single one of us. He built an incredible path from what was available to him, no matter how tough it was. So the question is, what path are you building?